M0FXB SignaLink USB interface currently configured for my Yaesu 817-857. There's the cable there. But I wanted to use it on my 706 and learnt that you have to buy another cable. The model of the cable is the SLC AB13i that I got from Martin Lynch. It's about £27 delivered. You have to change the pins. So what I'm going to do is take the bolts off. Here's one of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 4 on the back, and show you the current configuration for Yaesu. And then I'm going to swap them around and connect them to my Icom cable. One end of these cables does have an Ethernet connector, both of them, which is quite confusing when you first see it. But then when you see the back of the unit, you'll see that there is a USB connection that takes you to your PC, and then that's to the radio. So it all makes sense then. There's a couple of other connectors there. But you're also going to need, for the Icom, you will need the CIV cable that goes into the single pin 3.5 jack as well on the 706. So once you've got all the bolts off, the front and the back will come off. So just pull the back off like so. And then you'll be able to slide out the unit. And we see our pins. We'll get some light on there. Get it the right way round as well. And there's a really good dedicated page from Tigertronics to show you how this should be configured. I'm just going to zoom in because I'm going to use this as a reference when I change it back. So at the moment we've got the PTT going across to, I would say, number 3. We've got the G, the bottom G, and this is for Yaesu, yeah? Going across to number 2, and then we've got the speaker going, where's that one going? I would say to number 6. Now there is a diagram for this, so don't worry too much. We're going to change it to this, and you'll see it says there 13 pin, and it's going to be for the 706 Mark II G. It says that if you use VHF UHF, you have to put the PTT to number 4, but we're doing this on HF, so it's not a problem. There's a bit of a warning there about the 275475970. So let's just do this. And yeah, like I said, in the cable package, it also came with a diagram just in case. So the pins, these are pulling out quite easily, these wires. So I'm just taking them all out at the moment. I'll leave that bottom one in because it looks close. So it's nice and easy, isn't it? The bottom ones, you just take it out, poke it in. That's 2 done. Put the last one in. And remember, if you want to do VHF, UHF, you go to pin number 4, which I suppose would be good for WinLink and things like that. So that's all good. I'll show you where the cable goes, the big cable goes on the back of the radio. So there it is there. God, it needs cleaning, doesn't it? But there it is there. It's quite an old radio. And it's very important that you get it the right way round, because if you look, there's a single pin at the top. It's quite hard to see, but there's a single pin and a groove. So I would say it goes in that way round with the single pin at the top. Once that lines up, it goes in nicely. Then get your Ethernet. We'll put back together the SignaLink. And we'll plug the Ethernet in the back. That takes us to the radio. USB, one end's in my PC. This should give it power as well. I heard the COM port on my PC. And there you are. We're in business. Let's just see what the COM is on my PC. So my mistake, you don't actually look for a COM because that's going to be the CIV cable. So in the audio tab, we're now getting USB audio codec input and output that we weren't getting before. USB 7.074. And look, straight away we're starting to receive all the FT8. So I've got the RT Systems cable. I'll put a link in the description for the cable you need. It plugs into the chrome one on the right there at the top. Now to set the CIV baud rate, turn the radio off, hold down the lock, turn on. And then keep turning backwards, I would say. It's different for different models. If you go to 35, it says auto. So I think I'll just leave it on 1, at least I know what it is. And then when you power off, it's safe. So 19200, power off. At least we know the baud rate is that. So let's move over to the computer now. It seems to be all working. We've got cat control. Just quickly show you it changing frequency. And we've even got TX as well. So let's go over to the computer, but let's call this part 1, setting everything up, getting it ready. And I'll just quickly show you my settings on the phone before we switch across. But in radio, Mark 2G I've got, 52 port, 19200. I haven't changed anything else here at the moment and it's working. Audio, you might have a different name, but you want the USB audio codec, okay? You want that. And then in general, your call sign and your location, your grid square. And when you click here, enable TX, it will just automatically start to TX. And you've got your grid there. Look for a gap, right click, and set RxTX in a gap between all these yellow lines. You can adjust your power level just here on the right. Move it up and down. You can change your bands just here. Just in the drop down there. Right, over to the PC properly.